the first session between you and me, right, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I would like to know something new about you. Could you briefly introduce yourself?
Okay, fine. Good afternoon. My name is Pramila Vijayan. You can call me Pramila. I am from Delhi, but I am residing in Haryana after marriage. I'm a teacher by profession, and I have done my master's in English and in education. I'm mother to two kids. We are the family of four. I'm mother to two. My daughter is in 11, and I'm working as a trained graduate teacher in the Directorate of Delhi government. I'm in government sector, and I have the experience of more than 20 years of teaching, and I love to interact with students, and I teach English. It is my passion, and English is also my strong point. And I'm here to interact with you, to learn something from you, from your experience. As I have gone through your profile, you are also an experienced teacher, and you have also done your masters in
English.
English and education too.
That's lovely. That's lovely to have you on board. Yeah. So I am Shanti, who lives in Chennai, the state capital of Tamil Nadu. And I served in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan for 30 years. And in the year 2024, am I loud enough, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah. And so in the year 2024, July, I retired on superannuation. But
Okay.
I have been bestowed with 7 awards. One from Prakash Javadkar and one from Nitish in Delhi, two on the same stage from my own organization, and 5 more from my regional organization. So, which talks that I am so passionate about my profession, and that's why the urge or the fire has still not got extinguished. It's still very active, and I thought I will take up some kind of an assignment where I could share my expertise with the learners. And this time I
Mhm.
did not want to take a regular school teaching job, so I chose some other forum where I'll have an adult learners, where I can meet adult learners. Yeah, it's been 6 months since I joined Yaari. It's quite good. So that is all about me.
So, how's your experience, ma'am? How's your experience with English, Yari?
Yeah, it gives a lot of flexibility, man. It gives a lot of flexibility in the sense, see, my people at home were too curt in telling me that I should not take up a very rigid schedule, again going at 9 o'clock and coming, and bundles of correction. And when you are very most teacher, you have they have a very high expectation, and moreover, being an awardee in many areas, I had been a resource person in many forums also. So what
Mhm.
happens, and they don't try to lessen your teaching classes. Your teaching periods are the same. The classes are the highest classes, that is ninth and 10th. So what happens is there's a lot of demand, from the professional side, uh, uh,
Mhm.
coupled with the teaching. So for setting papers also, I was called regional setting papers, pre-board papers. So it was very tough. But again, I tell you, because it was very passionately done and I was a kind of a workaholic, I did it with ease. But
Very nice.
yeah, and the children were at home also were very non-demanding. They were not demanding much from me. They were all very independent learners. So it was a quite smooth sailing. Of course, I did a lot of work. I brought books. I have come up with books, and one of the award was innovative teaching. It was for
Okay.
innovating. One was for innovative, and one was for being a best educator. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Like
tell
in a
me.
like I'm also an educator, you are also from the same background. So can we discuss some innovative techniques that we should use in our classroom while
Yeah,
teaching
madam.
English?
Yes, yes. I can definitely share with you that is not a big deal, because I always use the social media also to enhance my teaching skills, looking into the ICT. So the one of my award is for integrating technology with teaching. The other
Mhm.
was but in Kendriya Vidyalaya, till the year before, we did not have smart boards. We are not
Okay.
equipped with very high-end, sophisticated equipments. So with
Mhm.
bare minimum only, we have to make our classes very interesting. So I
Yes.
tried jigsaw. There are very various strategies. For example, jigsaw, and if you just browse, you will come to know exit card, and then exit card and entry card is there, and then you have. What else you have? A role play debate and all is very familiar to you. It is not something very new to you. Then jam, and then we have a treasure hunt. We did something called treasure hunt. I had a few students with me who were very, very enterprising
Okay.
in class. So I just had to give the idea to them, and they will execute the logistics lab by preparing the chart or the small slips that I needed. And in fact, I was only a facilitator. They would be conducting the activities.
Yes, this like we have also our periods in senior classes. There is also a jam session.
Hmm.
It is related to EMC, Entrepreneurship Mindset Curriculum.
What
There
is
we
the
have
curriculum you follow? IB, yeah?
CBSE, ma'am.
Okay, right. Okay.
Okay, so we also try to inculcate many things through our teaching. We also try to use innovative technologies, innovative methods in our teaching. For example, like if I now this from this session, like today our new session started. I have been allotted a class 6. Otherwise, I used to teach ninth and 10th. Maybe lower standard was around only 8th class I was taking. So I was just writing down, penning down some activities that should be started in class 6. So I was browsing like through some notes in my diaries. Then I came to know that uh, ice breaking activities that should be initiated first. Tongue twisters, introduction, starting with the introduction. And other than this, there was like what game we named that you have to tell two lies and one truth, and you have to
Dare
figure
and
out
truth. Okay,
that
the dare and truth, but
there
that
are
is a.
people, figure out the lie. Like you have to tell three things. Uh, One should be true and other two should be false. So other person is going to say which one is false.
Mm,
So
mm,
it is
mm,
very interactive. Like it
mm.
works as a like to activate the students and learners. So
True,
in the
true.
same way, like we also, I have started like it was a very first day. I gave them 4 lines of introduction, and I said,
Okay.
now you are going to listen and repeat the same with me,
Mm.
but
Okay.
by adding your vocabulary. So
Okay.
by giving them chance to speak, they are able. They were like though they were small kids, they are able to use basic vocabulary.
True, true.
They try to use the same words that previous classmate has uttered. They copy
Mm,
that.
mm, mm,
So
mm, mm.
it is like yes, you can engage them. Basic thing is you are engaging the learner.
Yeah, engaging them, that is what. See, we must teach them how to learn instead of teaching them the context or the content of it.
Yes.
How to learn and what I do is I very creative, and I make the children also to improve, develop their creativity, giving them lot of projects. See, I have
Okay.
put you exploiting the newspaper in. You have the students edition of Times of India.
We in Daily Times. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we
In some
here
schools,
in
in some
Chennai,
schools,
in Tamil Nadu, we have Times of India, but there is an exclusive edition which is called Students Times of India, which is only deals no advertisement, nothing. It is only 4 to 6 pages, I think, and every school subscribes that. Children are also privileged to subscribe that.
in private school, like there is a subscription for that newspaper, but
Uh,
in our school, students don't have that access. We get only 4 or 5 daily local newspapers that is placed in a library. There, students can go and read.
So no, actually earlier we were doing like actually a few years back, every child was privileged to buy a newspaper. Then later
Okay.
on, when the new principal took over, he said, why should the children buy? I will not allow. Instead, you subscribe 50 copies for the school library. Whenever it's a library period, let the students come and read it in that. So what
Good.
happens? First day's paper becomes a waste paper next day. So the English teachers used to go and grab it and use it for the substitution periods and then exploit it. Word attack and then changing. See, even you ask them, this story is ending like this. If you were the writer, how else you could think? Such kind of activities. Also, children come up with wonderful ideas. I remember the woodcutter and the axe. The goddess gives all the woodcutter and the axe in
Yeah,
class
yeah, yeah,
6.
I remember that.
All the goddess gives all the three axe to the woodcutter in the end because he was very honest. Then one boy came and told me, I said, if you are given a chance to change it, how would you change it? Then he told me, I just then I told him, then he told me, Madam, I would say that the goddess would give the access to him, but on one condition, that every time you try to axe a tree, you have to plant five more.
Yes.
So this,
Right.
this was wonderful idea, saving the environment also. So
Yes,
such
yes.
kind of novel ideas come up from, and then again, what I do is when there are small poems, beauty. There is a poem called Beauty. Write two lines and ask them to expand, replacing a few words. So children will get an idea that okay, I can also become a poet. I can think very creatively. They come out with wonderful, and then opening a blog, putting all the creative items in that. I have a blog where children have written all the poems and it's up on the board. So many things, madam. Especially during this COVID, I explored a lot of language. There is something called Ed Puzzle. This also is very good. Then
Okay.
Padlet. Okay. These then there is something called. You must be knowing this. A word cloud. Word cloud. Children used to create, and then they used to come. There are four more. I faintly remember because it's long since I have used them. I am not able to. If I recollect within the course of the class, I will. These are ICT tools which
Okay.
will during online classes during COVID, you need to make them interested in studies, because they can't go out. So these were the tools which helped me actually. Padlet, word cloud, egg puzzle.
Can you explain what is Padlet?
See, one thing I can explain, madam. Padlet is you have to go and register it using your Gmail account, okay? And
Okay.
then you create one. There is a like a reminder slip of paper, not paper exactly. There is a sticky note there. Now you can just say what values did you learn from this as a homework. You try to post it in Padlet. You give the link to the children in WhatsApp group. Each class will have a WhatsApp group.
Okay. Yes, we have.
Right. So what we can do is, I have asked you a question. Look for the homework in Padlet. This is the link you could use, and they will click and they will look into that note, what instruction what you have given in the Padlet, and they will take one note, sticky note, and they will write there. So what happened? It becomes a big display of all the students. I have today. I have learned this value from this. This is the new. What have you learned? That is called exit card. See, exit card is nothing but exit card is a very beautiful tool, madam. It is to assess what the child has learned at the end of the lesson. There
Okay.
are there are two ways. One, you can use it as Padlet. One, you can just write it on the board. What you could write on the board after every lesson in the homework side. This is given for us. I will do it compulsorily. What are the three things you learned from this lesson? What are the two things that has surprised you? What is the one thing that you have not understood? So the child
Okay.
will think, yeah, I learned this from this, I learned this, and it varies from child to child. It could be a word, new word, or it could be a structure, or it could be a value. The child will write in his own words. And what has surprised you? Yeah, I could never understand why this person behaved like this. It's still a mystery for me. And if there's anything that the child has not understood, for example, the structure, a past perfect tense, the child will write, and it becomes for us, we become a reflective teacher, because
Very
it gives
good.
us it gives us an opportunity. Okay, the child has not understood this, let me teach him this once again. So I have put it in the chat column, whatever I have used. You can look into it.
No,
Have you
I'm
opened?
going to that. Yes, I.
Yeah, yeah. So these are some of the ways in which we try to use, and then what role play, as I told you, jigsaw. Did I put jigsaw? No. Yeah, I put jigsaw.
Yes, you
Exit
have
card, yes.
written.
Yeah, some more are there, but I'm not right able to recollect right now, because I presented a paper, the new pedagogies used in the innovative pedagogies used in my classroom. There is a paper I have, and it has to be submitted with proof. See, we can say I did this, I did that, I did this, but then when children, the students works, speaks, that is the reliability and authenticity.
Now, ma'am, in our classes, we have, we call it portfolios for classes 9th and 10th. In that portfolio, everything is collected from the first
Registered.
day. Yes, they do collect their sheets or puzzles or like any assignment, their test paper, and even there is evaluation by their friends also.
True,
peer
true.
peer evaluation and peer learning pages also there, so it is
Yeah.
also very interactive way of uh, learning and teaching. Even like for the language subject it is very necessary.
True, true, true. What do you
And
follow? So you follow communicative English or you follow language and literature?
like our syllabus is language and literature, though we can take it by another approach, communicative approach we take to teach, but in
Lang-
some sections you have to be bilingual.
oh, okay. So,
So things what student lack is like they are not able to utter the things. They are not so much like they are not well versed in English. So it is like they are taking English as just a subject. They are not using as a medium of communication.
communication, true, true, madam, well said. This difficulty I have also faced. And being a government school, the entry level, we do not get a very creamy children. There will be
Yes.
about 15, and that too if the teacher is a little enterprising and enthusiastic, there will be about 15 children who will look forward for your class. The rest of them will think that, oh, this is not for me, I am not for them. And here it's Tamil is only widely spoken as a medium of communication in classes.
Okay.
And only in English class they speak a little, and the two only those 15. how many how
Mhm.
many times you keep reiterating that the speaking is only up to class 10, 11th, your focus will change, they will not listen. So this difficulty, and I think this should be insisted right from primary classes.
Yes. Like
See,
if I
how is it?
remember,
See, how did you learn or how did I learn?
yes.
See, I was born and brought up in a convent school. So in convent, it is very strict that we are not allowed to speak any other language.
Same here, ma'am. I was like, I had spent my childhood in a boarding school in Hisar, Vidya Devi Jindal School, Hisar. So, English was the only medium to communicate.
True,
We were
true.
taught everything in English.
Yeah,
So,
that is
that is
why.
the basic that started, like, as I talk about my family, we are native Hindi speakers.
Hmm.
Hindi is our mother tongue. So thing is like what I learned in my early childhood that is with me till now.
True. That is why I say, see, if see, how do we learn our mother tongue? Because we live in that environment. The same thing applies to all the languages, even if it is English, because we lived in that convent school where English was the only medium of communication. I have some flawless kind of a communication. Otherwise, it is very, very difficult today.
Hmm.
Shall we take up some interesting activity, ma'am?
Sure, sure, please go ahead.
Yeah, today I actually create one.
You posted like surprise, birthday party surprise something, no? Topic.
No, surprise. Yeah, that is because we have. Yeah. And now I'm posting a conversation between two
Uh-huh.
people, that is you and me. And I
Okay.
have incorporated, this is my style of taking classes in Yaari. So how do I handle is 15 minutes we generally speak on the theme that is being given, discuss various and elicit a lot of ideas from the person, and correct here and there wherever there is grammatical error or pronunciation error. And then further, for the next 10 minutes or 12 minutes, I create something curated by me, a conversation or a passage which has got 5 new words and 2 idioms, and the takeaway from the session will be compulsorily 5 new words and 2 idioms. This is how
Okay.
I
Go
design.
ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, because in the session notes, every session note doesn't equip you with the rich vocabulary, but my
Good.
focus is on vocabulary. So that is what I give my learners. So yeah,
Should I check in chat? Okay. In the chat, I should check.
yeah, you
Uh,
should read learner, and I'll read Shanti.
okay, okay.
Can you start reading?
Shanti ma'am, do you enjoy surprises?
Oh, absolutely. There's something exhilarating about unexpected moments. They add a spark to life.
Oh, I agree, but sometimes surprises can be overwhelming. I once had a bewildering experience when my friends threw me a surprise birthday party and I had no clue.
That must have been a mix of excitement and shock. Surprises are often serendipitous, bringing joy when we least expect it.
Yes, but have you ever had a surprise that left you speechless?
Oh, yes, my students once organized a grand farewell for me. Their love and effort were truly heartwarming. It was a moment I will cherish forever.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. But not all surprises are pleasant. Sometimes they can be disconcerting if they disrupt our plans.
True, but that's life. Expect the unexpected. Being open to surprises helps us embrace change with a positive mindset.
Oh, that's a great way to look at. I suppose every cloud has a silver lining, even an unpleasant surprise might lead to a something good.
Yeah. So there should have been a few words which are little new to you. I know as an English teacher, probably these things are
Hanji.
a cakewalk for you, but still we will try to reiterate and
Let
put
me
it
pen
to.
down the note, then I will explain, though I am familiar with these words.
No, I'm putting it down, ma'am. Now you have to
Okay.
take a screenshot of both of this. It will not be available, as you know, in the session
Oh,
notes or in the recording. Okay, you
okay,
have to.
you have summarized the things now. Okay, you
Yeah,
have
now, yeah, the words. Now you have a word, you have a meaning, and you have a sample sentence. So you will read
okay,
it and you will create a sentence on your own so that it becomes stronger in your long-term memory.
very nice. Ma'am. You have proved that it is right worth giving you some. You should be awarded.
Thank you for those good words. Yeah, we'll take up
Okay,
that
Nikita.
exhilaration, ma'am. You can read it.
Exhilarating, making one feel thrilled and full of energy.
Mm,
The roller coaster ride was an exhilarating experience.
Can you make
Chatting
one?
was, I
Can
should
you
make,
make one? Yeah, you should make one with a real life situation.
okay, fine, fine. Having a conversation with a superb teacher is really exhilarate me. It gives me energy to work ahead and to pursue my passion
In teaching.
in teaching.
Okay, very good, good, good. Go ahead. Next one, bewildering.
Bewildering, confusing, or difficult to understand.
Hmm.
The magician's trick was so bewildering that no one could figure it out. Okay. Uh, I think solving a maths puzzle is something bewildering. I'm not able to grasp the things easily.
Serendipitous.
Serendipitous. What is the correct pronunciation, ma'am?
Sir, correct. What you have pronounced is correct.
Okay.
Serendipity, serendipitous.
Serendipitous, happening by chance in a happy or beneficial way. Meeting my childhood friend at the airport was a serendipitous moment. Uh, uh, Last day, I came across my classmate who I was serendipitous by having a chat with him.
I think even scheduling a session with Shanti was a serendipity for Promila.
Oh yeah. No, it was actually planned, ma'am. I was
Oh,
searching and scrolling. Then I
okay.
looked at your
Because
profile and
I don't appear in the front page of the Yaari, though I've got 4.9. One of the learner was telling me, why, madam, they have not put you? I'm very sad. I'm going to talk and all. I said, for a person who has touched the pinnacle of glory, these things don't matter. No, ma'am, no. She's an AGM in State Bank, and she was going for an interview for as a DGM, and then that is what she told me. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But it
Any,
doesn't matter, like, ma'am, if you are interacting with some person, he is going to scroll down to the 100 place to find you.
that's fine. Yeah.
The next word is heartwarming, causing warm and happy feeling. The reunion between the lost puppy and its owner was a truly heartwarming. After winning a match in Spain, my son he returned, and I felt heartwarming for him.
Okay.
Disconcerting, making one
Disconcert.
feel uh,
Disconcerting.
disconcerting, making one feel uneasy or unsettled. Oh, it was disconcerting when the power suddenly went out during my online exam.
Hmm.
Let's take the idioms.
They make one sentence with the disconcerting,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, yeah. Uh, Sometimes it is very disconcerting when we are not able to figure out the things while reading a newspaper. We are not able to make a sense.
People often feel